Hello there, Leo. All right, we are getting ready to start your August 11th through August 18th, 2018 Love and Spirituality reading. Okay, I'm looking for my cards. I'm going to be shuffling these. So we're doing an incantation here. Little thing here. So this information will be for whoever needs guidance and love, and will always be for the highest good. Okay? And yeah, I'm just going to shuffle these. This is going to be a for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, okay? And I want you guys to look down in the description below. When this video is done playing, you will look in the description box in alphabetical order. It will say Aries, Aquarius, Aries, Cancer, Capricorn, the whole deal, okay? So all 12 videos will be linked in all 12 videos. So you guys can look, and you don't have to find the videos. You don't have to click back and then go to another video of mine to see like the cross reading and stuff. You don't have to do that, okay? So absolutely sit back, take a load off, and let's begin our reading. And also, while you're looking in the description, hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. And let me just plug myself here for just a second. You can see my website down below, vitaltarot.com. And you guys can do energy healing, tarot readings, psychic courses that I'm offering to learn how to use psychic ability, or how to be an energy healer, or remote viewing, or astral projection. So many different areas we can go into, but you guys can check that out below. And I will start our reading. Okay, so we're going to be doing the spiritual reading first. So we're going to be doing the past in our spiritual development. And I see the Queen of Coins in reverse, and I see the Seven of Swords. So there could have been a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn individual for you Leos who took away your peace of mind. The reason I say that is because the Seven of Swords is a card of thieving and stealing. Okay, so it's a card where mental peace and tranquility can be taken away from another person. So it's really not taken away. It's like we give them the power to take it away, so to speak, until we learn to claim our own kind of power. That happens. No judgment or anything here, because drama, things like this happen. And they happen to all of us. And it's part of life. It's kind of like we're being tested. And we just need to give ourselves some time to move on, and give ourselves some time to heal and not judge or worry about that. Okay, I mention that a lot, you guys, but that's the way we start to heal, is when we come from a place of non-judgment and just observe what's going on. So apart from being the Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn individual, this person in your spiritual development, they could have been someone who didn't believe in you. They could have been someone who doesn't believe in psychic abilities. They could have been someone who is very cynical, or someone who just doesn't believe in like a lot of things. And they could have been someone who is very toxic as well. So we're looking at, instead of someone being kind and patient, we're looking at someone who could be very aggressive and in a rush, and someone who could be somewhat controlling as well. But we're going to look at the present moments here. And we get the Four of Wands, and we get the King of Wands in reverse. So right now you're dealing with trying to create your spiritual foundation. So this is good. I'll show these two cards to you. We're dealing with creating a spiritual foundation, okay? So what we have here is we have the Four of Wands, which is the foundation, okay? That's what I see it as. I see it as like creating it could be turning a passion into a job. It could be turning a hobby into a job. Kind of doing the thing you're passionate about and making something of it. It can also be just envisioning the future, right? The King of Wands in reverse, though, is something where we don't feel like our passion is going to be strong enough, or it's going to be good enough, or it's going to carry us forward. So some of you guys might be looking at doing something more creative. And again, this is a spiritual development reading, but being creative is allowing ourselves to be spiritual. That's something that I think needs to be said, and I think that it absolutely is true. So if you're writing, or you're a photographer, or you're doing art, or you're a musician, okay, those kinds of things, that is absolutely being spiritually creative. And that's what this is about right here, is finding that spiritual creativity, no matter what it is. The ability to express yourself as yourself, that is spiritual in its foundation. That's spirituality. So when we're focusing on this, You're absolutely enough at what you do, but I feel like there could be a tendency to beat yourselves up. There could also be someone that is a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius person that's in your life that is not letting you pursue the things you want to pursue. So there could be someone kind of blocking you. The way that you do that, the way that you get through that, is that you just focus on yourself and you allow yourself to develop. Don't apologize for being who you are. Show that you have the ability for your own life to manifest, and things will start to happen, okay? We're going to look at the future here. Okay, this is good. So we get the Five of Swords, which can be mental conflict, right? In the future, we're thinking about what other people have said about us, and we're like comparing ourselves. We're sort of dancing around for other people's enjoyment or amusement. You see those people in the background, and this person's like on stilts walking around. Okay, to me, I view this as people are watching, or they're in the background, and you're feeling like you're a puppet and you're being controlled, and they're pulling the strings. So what I see here, though, is I get the World card. So this is finally being able to see your own worth and moving forward in the world. Okay, so this is a really good card to have, because this, to me, says that you're going to be able to move forward in whatever it is. If you've had some sort of creative blocks, you're going to be able to leave those behind and move forward, but only through understanding that you don't need to please other people. You just need to please yourself. You just need to be happy with yourself, and all of your surroundings will be happy as well, right? We can't change other people, but we can change ourselves, and we can change our perception of other people, of how we see other people. And sometimes that's very difficult to do, but the best thing for us to do, the highest form of self-love, is to continue learning, to look at ourselves with non-judgment, and to just let ourselves be who we are and not apologize for it. Okay, those are some of the highest forms of self-love that I'm aware of, okay? But you guys can leave comments down below if you have other self-love methods or other self-love teachings, but that's what I subscribe to, so to speak, okay? But yeah, so I'm going to look at an energy card part. When I say part, I mean this. So hold on. I've got these energy cards here, and I'm going to shuffle these really quick. We're going to pull an energy card, and then we are going to do... Hold on. We'll pull an energy card, and then we're going to do some psychic impressions. So I'm shuffling right now. These are not the easiest cards in the world to shuffle, but they are very, very good, accurate cards. So that's why I use them. So in case you're wondering, I use the Energy Oracle deck. Okay, it looks like this. It says $18.99. I think I got these for $15, but that's what they look like. You can find them on Amazon. And the other deck that I'm using is this. Hold on, guys. The other deck I'm using is this one, the Fountain Tarot, and this is part of the card the holding thing that's sticking out. But it's called the Fountain Tarot. Really nice deck, okay? The way that each card was colored by an artist, and you can just tell that there's love in the deck, okay? I smelled kiwis, or like a fruity pear kiwi smell for a second. That was interesting. Okay, so I get financial constraints in reverse. So to me, some of you could have actually come into a larger sum of money. You could have come into some sort of money situation. But in order to do this, you feel like you have to comply to something, or you feel like you have to bend to someone else's will. I would say if you really don't want to do it, don't do it. You don't have to accept anything. But I can understand where money can be tempting, but don't let that be the reason why you sell your soul, so to speak. So if that's something that you're going through, definitely follow the path of self-worth. Don't follow the path of like easy material gain. Follow that path of self-worth, and I can guarantee it will be better in the long run, because you won't sacrifice your peace and your sense of self for this money that could have financial strings attached to it, where if you take it, it's like, okay, well, you took this money, but now you have to do what I say. So really look into what it is you want to do and go from there, okay, guys? But there absolutely is a choice. All right, that will resonate with some of you, not all of you. You know the whole deal, okay? Okay, so now we're going to be doing these psychic impressions. So give me just a second here. See what I can come up with. I'm seeing smoke and I'm seeing an envelope. So the smoke to me is smoke and mirrors, like there is an illusion. The envelope would mean that I feel like there's going to be someone reaching out to you that you have not heard from in a long time. So I feel like this could be within 2, maybe 3 weeks, maybe months, 2 to 3 months, 2 to 3 weeks. But I do feel like there's going to be someone reaching out to you haven't heard from in a long time, and I feel like when they reach out to you, it's not going to be all as it seems. This could have already happened, or you could be going through this now or experience something today or yesterday. But to me, this is going on for a majority of you. This is going on pretty close to a couple weeks to a couple months from now, okay? This person, when they reach out, will be reaching out in a way that seems sincere, but I don't trust it. I feel like there is an ulterior motive behind how this person is reaching out. Again, though, whatever I'm saying, do not take it at face value. Let it sit within yourself, and if the person comes through and you do feel like they're very genuine, see what's going on, okay? Don't just blindly follow what I'm saying, because a lot of times things happen differently than I see, and a lot of times they happen the way they're meant to happen, right? So there's lessons to learn either way, so just look at it as a lesson to learn. That's it. All right, so we're going to do the other part here. We're going to be focusing on the love part, all right? And thank you guys so much for staying with me, and all you guys, thank you so much for subscribing and for caring. And if you're not subscribed already and you feel like these are resonating, please subscribe, like and comment, even if it's just to say hello. You can comment that. I would really appreciate that. And check out my website if you guys are interested. Okay, so we are looking at the love in the past, what actually happened in the past with love, and I see the Page of Coins, and I see the Three of Cups in reverse. Both of these are in reverse. Okay. So when we're focusing on love, and I see these two in reverse, I feel that you got out of a situation. Maybe you cheated, maybe they cheated, but I feel like there was a third-party situation going on, and maybe even both of you were holding secrets from each other. But that's what I see. There could actually still be a relationship here, but both of you have done things that aren't exactly what I would call loyal, possibly, okay? It could have been one way or the other. I'm just reading it the way I'm seeing it, okay? So if that's going on, and I see the Page of Coins here, I feel like it's not as easy as it used to be in this relationship. This is in the past, okay? So it's not as easy as it used to be, it's not as carefree as it used to be, and now it feels like there's much more of an effort going into staying together. At least that's what I'm seeing in the past. So let's look at the present moment. I see the Queen of Swords and I see the Sun in reverse. So you could have been dealing with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or you could be dealing with an air sign. More than likely Libra, but I also see a Leo card here too, the Sun. But the Queen of Swords and the Sun is in reverse. When the Sun is in reverse, it's not like a super happy card, but it's still a happy card. When it's up and going around, it's like a yes versus a soft yes kind of a thing, or a positive response versus a soft positive response. Like, it's like, well, you can have this, but blah, blah, blah. But it's not a bad thing. It's just like there's another kind of step that needs to be taken. So when I see the Sun in reverse and I see the Queen of Swords, I feel like we are in a relationship now where we're trying to look at, this could be the same or a different relationship, but we're trying to look at the positives of the situation. We're having a hard time doing this, though. The person that we're with could be someone who's very logical, very kind of calculating, not very emotional, but very logical, very intellectual, a very kind of smart person. So I see this as being a Libra, more than likely, but it could be a Gemini or a Aquarius, okay? And when I see the Sun in reverse, it's just saying that you're trying to look on the bright side. You're having a difficult time doing it, but you're trying to do your best. So I feel like your temperament during this is really good. It's like you're trying to find the best sides of this person, but sometimes we can't find a reason to stay with the person, and that's okay. You shouldn't feel guilty, because we outgrow people, and we move on, and that's kind of the way life is. It can be bittersweet, it can be sad, but it's not meant to be something where if you feel like you're trapped or you're in a prison kind of environment that you're supposed to stay there because it seems nice. It seems like the nice thing to do. You're never obligated to stay in a relationship where you feel that it's moved on without you, sort of a thing. Like, it's just kind of left you sitting there being like, okay, what do I do now? Like, there should be a goal, there should be a sense of learning from each other, there should be a sense of understanding each other and not resenting each other. Does that make sense? This next card feels interesting. So we're looking at the future. So I'm going to be putting 2 cards down. So future, Page of Swords, and Queen of Cups. So lots of energy here, definitely with other people or with other aspects of ourselves, but I see the Page of Swords, which again is that air sign, but it's like a naive air sign. It's someone that's giving a message, but they're not confident in the message they're giving necessarily. They could be a younger person, but there could be a younger air sign reaching out to you in, I want to say 2 to 3 months, and this person will offer something to you. Since this is a love part of the reading, I do feel like it could be some sort of love thing. They are a younger air sign, so again, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. And then I get the Queen of Cups, which is Cancer, okay? And to me, the Queen of Cups, we're definitely looking at something interesting here. So the Queen of Cups, to me, is all about nurturing and giving, and it could be a pregnancy as well that's going on here. So the future, there could be a pregnancy that you're dealing with, not you personally, but maybe a friend is pregnant or something, and you're kind of dealing with that, and you're helping them deal with that. So that could be some really good news in the future. This could also mean a Cancer individual, someone who could give you a spiritual gift, the gift of spiritual pregnancy, so to speak, where you sort of incubate the idea, and then you birth out something that is so much more than what you had before, right? So that's what I see it as. I see it as a spiritual birth or a spiritual awakening, not so much a physical birth, but again, that could kind of come into play as well. So I'm going to look here. So definitely in the future, even now, I'm seeing that there's more than one person around you. I see that there's definitely, it's like all the elements are here. You have Earth in the Page of Coins. You have Fire in the Sun card in reverse, which is Leo. You have the Page of Swords, which is air, okay? And you have the Queen of Cups, which is water. So there's a lot of energy going on around you. People that I feel like care about you, people that I feel like are there for you. And if you were to get out of a relationship that no longer served you, I do not see that as being a bad thing at all. I see it as being a very positive step, okay? And if you guys are really resonating with the reading and you want to get more information, please message me or email me or contact me through my website, okay? And we can go from there. But me and my guides specialize, I'm getting the energy card now, we specialize in helping with trauma, and we specialize in doing that. So hold on. We definitely specialize in the trauma, though. That's kind of the main way that we help. So if there's an issue that you have that you feel is kind of hard, like let's say there's something that every time you think about it you feel betrayed or you feel very angry, me and my guides can go in and start to loosen up that energy where you can think about that memory and there isn't really an emotional charge to it anymore. You don't feel intense hatred or regret or envy or betrayal or guilt. We can start to move forward. And all we do, all me and my guides do, is with the permission of you, we go into the energy body and we just cut the strings that are pulling in that way. It sounds bizarre, I know, but trust me, it works. The people I've worked with have absolutely seen results, and so I'm very lucky to have the guides I have. But I also do, you know, the tarot readings as well and teaching the psychic courses as well. So let's move on and let's see what we have here. It's the Thinking Man in reverse. So, energetically, you guys need to get out of the mind and move into the heart. We need to focus on letting ourselves be in the moment, the present moment, and not be so much in our minds. Because when we're in our minds and we're up here, we're thinking constantly of things that can go wrong or things that can go right. More than likely, it's not that, though. We're just constantly thinking, and that leads us to a place where we can't do what we need to do. We have to be in the present moment in order to enjoy the present moment. And the only moment we have, believe it or not, it's the present moment. We can't change the past. We don't know the future. Even I don't know the future. Okay? We just are focusing on the present moment, because the future can change, especially in tarot or whatever it is that we're divining the future with. We're reading the most probable outcome of the future depending on the steps that are being taken now. Okay, so if you take a drastically different step, the future that I'm reading now may or may not happen. It just depends. All of it is left to chance, so to speak, and not me chance, but the the wheel of fate, the wheel of fortune, so to speak. So I'm going to do some psychic impressions and see what we can get. Alrighty. Just a second here. I'm basically shuffling the cards. I do it this way so that I can get them all figured out. This makes it so they're definitely shuffled, so that way in the next reading, don't really have to worry too much about it. Okay. So I see a dragon, and I see the peace sign. So to me, that means that you're going to have to be someone who's in an uncomfortable situation, where we're focusing on letting ourselves set boundaries and keeping those boundaries, and people will perceive us by setting boundaries. And I talk about this so much, you guys, because it's important. But people will see us as setting boundaries, as being an act of defiance, and we're going to have to defend our own boundaries. But once this has been done enough times, we no longer have to defend it. But this new way of being, this new way of focusing on becoming who we truly are, it has to deal with boundaries. And not feeling that we are taking anything away when we set our own boundaries. We're actually adding so much value to our life when we set boundaries, because that's how we grow, and that's how we learn to individuate ourselves even further, and we learn to really understand who we are as people. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing, you guys. Again, other videos down in the description down below. I said down like 3 times, okay? But it's down, down, down. Okay, down, down, down right there. And you guys can look at that. You can go to my website. You can email me. We can talk about what we need to talk about. But you can also leave a comment and subscribe and thumbs up and like the video as well. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you guys so much for your time. Have an awesome week, and I love you. Take care.